Hey everybody, this is Casey, and this is Troy. We both work here in Mission Outpost. Today's show, we're going to be talking about turkey hunting. This is the episode Thunder Chicken Express. This is the name that I have given my shotgun that I've had for a long time. My grandpa gave me this shotgun. I've got the paint wore off of it. You probably can't see it, but many years of crawling after birds with this gun. Troy's here. I brought him on to kind of do a little interview. I hate being by myself, so I'm going to give the floor to Troy and let him interview me.
Hi guys, Troy. Kind of new to turkey hunting, never done it before, so I'm just going to be talking about things that new guys are going to want to know when they start to actually go hunting. Now, last week, Casey, you said that you had a photo album with you and your grandpa of turkey hunting. You got that here today?
I do. I have it here. Right here, y'all probably can't see it too much, but I've got some picture albums here. This first one is the first bird I ever shot with my grandpa. Hey, Garbo. This is the first bird I ever shot with my shotgun. And it goes on through the years of me turkey hunting. So I'm pretty passionate about turkey hunting. There's me and Jackie Bushman and my dad right there. Got to meet him. But yeah, I've got a lot of years experience turkey hunting. And it's something I'm passionate about. And a lot of guys I know, they don't have the patience to do it. I don't really have the patience hardly anymore. I'm kind of lazy. But that's one animal I love to hunt. You know, and deer, it's fun. I love deer hunting. But man, to get out in the morning, it's just this weird feeling. It's like going to a ball game and stepping out into the field and you see just everything. You kind of get that, oh, that's kind of the way it is for me turkey hunting. I get out of the truck, I get to the edge of the woods, I'm listening, and I hear that bird just gobble, boom, ruffling feathers off the trees, dude. It gets me excited.
Now, you said on the last episode that by 7:30 you can have a bird down. What do you actually do to do that?
Buddy, it takes patience and knowing what your birds are going to do. I've talked to several guys over the years. I mean, it used to be easy just to, you'd hear a bird, you get within a few, 50, 60 yards of that bird, and you could sit down on the tree and you can get him to come to you. Now, past 10 years or so or longer, it's changed a lot. The birds have changed due to weather or whatever it was. But nowadays, it takes me crawling. Now, I crawl to the bird. If I can't get him to come into me, I crawl to him. Now, I don't recommend that on public land at all, because you can and most likely probably will get shot doing that. It's very unsafe, but I hunt on private land. I'm comfortable with it. That's why the paint's all wore off the side of my gun. I hear a bird, I can't get him to come in, I'm gonna go after that bird. I'm coming to him. Because I've got it in my head, I'm gonna take that bird. And that's what I've gotten so good at killing birds. I can, I used to be able to mark down the time, I'll have that bird by 7:30. Because I'll get on him, I'll start calling, and then I'll get him to come to me into the close range. So,
I mean, do you use a mouth call? Do you use a box call? Do you use one of these, Thunderbird gobble calls, the Rattler Express? I mean, what do you use?
I use one of them if I can't get the birds to holler out. Sometimes birds around my area, they're a lot different than birds around different areas. I mean, birds are going to be birds. But I have used a gobbler call to locate a bird. Sometimes you can wobble that thing, get it to gobble, and get one to, do a gobble and to locate them. It's more of like a locator call, kind of like a crow call or something like that to locate them. I've tried to use box calls. I am very, very poor at box calls. I use a mouth call. It was a little difficult for the top plate that I've got now, but I formed it today and I got it to work. Slate calls, I've used them. I don't like to do a lot of moving whenever I'm turkey hunting because turkeys got eyesight like eagles. But mostly now I just use mouth call.
You use any decoys? I see a lot of guys out there that'll put decoys out there and have the birds go to the decoy itself.
I've seen a lot of guys use decoys. I've hunted with some guys that use decoys. I have never personally ever used a decoy in my life.
Huh.
Honestly, never in my life have I ever used one.
Well, so since I'm being new, I mean, when can I start hunting? When's the season open? What time am I allowed to shoot a bird? Because I know for deer season, you can do it 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after
Right.
sunset and sunlight. Is it still the same?
Usually, turkey season starts, I believe this year, April 15th. Usually, you know, I wait until daylight hours to shoot a bird. It's not good to shoot them out of a tree. Don't recommend that. It's not ethical. I usually just wait for them to get on the ground and wait till daylight. Normally the birds won't get off the tree until daylight. So, I mean, I can't remember what the regs say in there, but I know usually I don't even get on the birds until daylight. So, I mean, it's pretty much like deer hunting. You gotta wait until daylight.
Now you say when the turkey's in the tree, and you talk about roosting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when they're roosting, you want to try to get on the bird as close as possible, but not get up underneath them. Because I've done that before. I was trying to go towards a tom that was 50 yards ahead of me, and I sat down right underneath a hen and her little buddies that was right above me in the tree, and they knew I was there. But they didn't fly off the roost till daylight. When they flew off the total opposite direction, and then I ended up having to go after the bird
All right.
instead of getting him to come in.
Well, what kind of ammo you use? I see here on the old Thunder Chicken Express, you got Supreme 3.5 inch 6-shot.
Yeah, I like to use the Winchester. I like the long beard ammo. This is some stuff I'm just kind of finishing using up. I've got some 3-inch long beard ammo I use, but I really love that stuff. It holds a good tight pattern. And this is a Remington 870. And I recently, about 10 years ago, I put a different choke in it. I put a Briley extra full choke in it, and that sucker holds a mean pattern. Because I used to use the regular jelly heads for them things, but I found this choke to be about the best one I've ever had.
All righty, well, Casey, that's pretty much all I got for questions. I mean, now out of all these shotguns, which one do you think would probably be the best?
For a beginner, for a very beginner, just getting into it, I would recommend what I got right here. It's simple, easy to use. You need to get, you know, wood stock, synthetic stock. I've got the synthetic stock because this got given to me recently. And, you know, and I used to hate wood stocks because I never wanted to mess them up, screw them up, scratch them. But over the years, I'm like, man, this wood kind of looks nice. And, I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd probably get me a wood stock now just because I like the way they look.
I like the way the wood stock feels,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, I don't like the synthetics on them.
But, yeah, I mean, I would just stick with a pump if I'm starting out. I know, you know, like my grandpa, he hunts with a Browning semi-automatic, but me, myself, I like to use this regular pump action.
Oh, one thing I didn't ask, how many rounds can I take out?
3. You
3.
can only have 3 in a gun.
What am I supposed to do with 3 rounds? What if I miss the first 2?
Then you're just going to have to
Am I gonna-
walk home sad,
I'll be chucking a gun at a bird.
because if you get stopped and the conservation checks your gun and you don't have a plug in it and you got more than 3 rounds, you will get a ticket.
So what you're telling me is I can't take the old KSG out and try to kill a whole flock of birds at one time.
I wouldn't recommend it. That's kind of frowned on.
Well, I guess we better keep conservation happy. I won't take out the KSG then.
I would definitely recommend that. But yeah, I mean, here's some of the calls, you know, that you can use. This would be a box call. This is pretty much, let me see that one there. I'll kind of, like I said, I'm not very good at this. But you can take them, you hold them like that. You can do that. Or you can use a mouth call. Like I got it. It's awful soggy because I've had it in my mouth for a while. call like that. I like to use one of these just because I don't have to do a lot of moving around. That there, I keep one in the vest, but that's more of a locator call.
All right.
If you can't get a bird to gobble, sometimes that'll work. Sometimes a crow call will work. And believe it or not, a peacock call will work.
Huh.
Yeah, I've done that in the woods too. You can take that and just real loud, and you can get them birds to gobble. Because sometimes them toms, they'll gobble on, they'll response gobble, and it's like they can't help it. They'll just and then they'll just cut back. And,
It's like a thunder chicken looking for his honeys, all right?
yeah. So
Looking for the chickies. Now, which way do you hold your mouth call in there? Because I tried one before, and apparently I had it the wrong way. It didn't do anything.
you want to be careful using these because they will hurt coming out. You don't want to suck one of these down your throat. You want to take this, and it'll form to the bridge of your mouth. You want the flat end out. That way you can get that sound and that tone going.
Oh, I always did it backwards. I thought the round part
See, like
with
this.
the round part of my mouth.
Like that.
Huh.
And you want to push your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Just and just run the call like that.
That's probably why I've never done this, because
You
I
just
couldn't
push
figure out
the
the call.
air with your tongue. You just push the air up through there.
Oh, alrighty.
But I believe that's all we got for today, folks. I'd like to thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions about turkey hunting or anything, post your comments. I'll be glad to answer them.
Talk to that guy, not me.
Or come into the shop and see me. I'm always down to talk about hunting. Until next time, thank you.
See you, folks.